politicians, elections, they seem to be everywhere these days. From Trudeau to Trump, it seems we can't escape the political fervor. But what about the role of our local government? Right here in Ganesh. Today we investigate the role of our local government on Neighborhood News Undercover, streaming free on YouTube. Subscribe today to get your undercover neighborhood news. To start our investigation today, we interview a civilian. Psst, Dad.
Shouldn't you be doing your homework?
Dad, I'm doing my show. What do you think the role is of our local government?
Well, I pay them tax money.
And what do they do with that money?
That's a good question, son.
Very interesting. We pay the government tax money, but what do they do with that money? I decided to go undercover to see for myself. People have no idea where this tax money is going. What do you have to say to that?
Well, some examples would be policing, corrections, inspections, and school boards.
Very interesting. But could you prove where this money was going? Can you prove where this money is going?
Sure, I have a graph. Here you go.
This chart shows our money goes towards a number of community services. But is this a good use of our dollar? The investigative journalist in me knew there was more to the story, so I decided to dig deeper. Hello, officer. Could you step out of your vehicle for a moment so I could ask you a few questions?
Okay.
According to this report, 22 cents of every taxpayer dollar we spend goes towards protective services, like police officers. Could you explain to me exactly what you do to earn this money?
Our main priorities are keeping our highway safe from dangerous drivers and keeping our community safe by completing thorough investigations and catching the bad guy.
The police officer brought up some pretty good valid points. Will we actually be safe without the police protecting us? Okay, officer, I think you've earned our 22 cents, as you were. But what about some of these other government services? Hello, Inspector.
Hey, how you doing?
According to my sources, inspections like this cost 15 cents out of every tax dollar we spend. Can you explain to me exactly what you do to earn this money?
Well, we don't actually earn the money. We're here to complete a series of inspections that we're mandated to complete by the province.
And what would happen if you did not do these inspections?
There's lots of things that could happen. As a building inspector, our top priority is life safety. The last thing we want is for a house to fall on its family.
Yikes! I guess inspections like this really are worth the money. I commend you for your hard work, sir. Resume your duties.
Thanks.
So far, everyone seems to be doing a good job. But what about some of these other sectors? For my final stop, I visited one of the most controversial uses of these tax dollars, schools! They say schools are important in educating our children, but are they really necessary? I have my doubts.
Aiden, what are you doing out of class?
I'm doing an important project on whether or not schools are important to our community.
Oh, really? What's the capital of Canada?
I know this. Toronto. No, Vancouver.
I think you better get back to class, young man.
Well, I guess that concludes this week's episode. We investigated the role of our local government, and as far as I can tell, they seem to be doing a pretty good job. Except, I'm still not convinced that school is necessary.
Aiden!
Stay tuned for next week. Next week on Neighborhood News Undercover. Follow along as we examine these other municipal services. Recreation, water, waste management, roads. How do they do it all? Subscribe today to get your Undercover Neighborhood News.